very valuable. We are ecstatic that we had this many turnout. I think our teachers were a little worried that they wouldn't have the support, and so I already know they feel much better because this has been a very difficult curriculum to teach. This math team has busted their bottom along with your kids to do the best they can with this curriculum. This ninth grade crew since sixth grade has been the guinea pigs for this new rollout. My hat's off to you. I'm glad my child is not a ninth grader because they've had to get the new curriculum every year, and they will continue to get the new curriculum until they graduate. But we feel very confident in the Math 1 team we've put together. They have done an outstanding job of collaborating, planning, revisiting issues that haven't worked, and bringing out new ideas and innovations. So tonight they're excited to have you to kind of give you a look at second semester. This actually was thought of by them because the kids are overwhelmed and they wanted the parents to know exactly where they're going with this curriculum. I'm going to start off by introducing the Math 1 teachers. We've got Craig McClendon. He is the department head and one of our Math 1. We've got Jennifer Bywaters. We've got Sarah Weiser. We've got Jessica Mull, which is the long-term sub for Miss Weiser right now because she's out on maternity leave, but she is still, bless her heart, talking to the math teachers, making sure everything's going well. And then we have Laurel Fowles, which is our collab teacher with this group. And like I said, I can't say enough good things about them. They've worked really hard and continue to work hard. And I'm going to turn it over to Miss Bywaters so she can tell you more.
Yes, we are very excited that you all are here tonight. We weren't sure how many were going to show up. And as you know, like she said, this is the first group to go through it. And we're, as teachers and even as you as parents and students, we're all going through this together. And it's just as hard for us to know exactly what we're supposed to do with you guys as it is for you to deal with this new curriculum that you have. And towards the end of last semester, we were talking just about all the different things that you as ninth graders and you as ninth grade parents are facing, and we wanted to do a presentation that's informational because we feel like a lot of times, especially when we're making parent phone calls, that you might not, we kind of get the feeling that you don't really understand exactly what the new curriculum is or the new changes that are taking place for your students. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're actually going to talk about three different things. First off, what is different? Because a lot of stuff has changed. The curriculum's changed. The graduation requirements have changed. And then we're going to get these at the end. We have study guides that have been printed for the EOCT, and we're going to talk about what that is. And we're also going to talk about how to help your student be successful in Math 1 and in the future Math 2, Math 3, Math 4. Because this is very different than what we've had in the past. Let's see if I can get this to work. So first off, I want to talk about what does it mean to be a parent of a ninth grade student with all these changes that are taking place. You may or may not know that we have new graduation requirements. Everybody that starts this year for the ninth graders. Starting this year, all ninth grade students have to have 4 years of math to graduate. This is new. In the past, there's been different tracks that they could take that require different amounts of math. And this one thing has huge consequences for our students because they have to have 4 years, they have no room to fail. If you fail one semester, throughout the whole 4 years, you're already off track to graduate on time, which is a huge thing for us. So now, more than ever before, as a high school student, it is extremely important that you pass every single semester. There is no room to fail. And those of you that have older students, you know, in the past there's been different types of math classes. Some were taking Algebra 2, where others there were math money management classes and those type things. But now every person, every student in ninth grade will take the same exact math. And we do have two tracks. We have accelerated or the advanced math and then just regular math 1. But you will still all cover the same exact curriculum. So there's no wiggle room. Everybody's taking the same thing. At the end. Can you save them for them? Okay. And so as Ms. Marion mentioned before, this is the first group of students that have gone through with a new curriculum. So not only do we have new graduation requirements that your students have to meet, we also have a new math curriculum that is completely different than what we've had at the high school in the past. They're called the Georgia Performance Standards. I know you've probably heard us call it the GPS, and the students probably hear it all the time while they're here. But what it is, we now have Math 1. It's no longer just algebra, geometry. Every year they have an algebra strand, a geometry strand, and a statistics strand that we will teach. So we basically take and build every year on each of these things. So it's no longer separate, it's all integrated. Oh, I forgot to say that all public schools in Georgia are doing this. It's not just Pike County. You can't take your children to another county and have the old curriculum. It's everywhere. There's no choice. We can thank our state superintendent. So, anyway, our new curriculum is much more rigorous, as I'm sure your children have told you and that you have seen with the work that they're doing. We're not asking them to do things that in the past we're asked to do at higher grade levels. It's all been shifted down all the way through kindergarten. And so we have higher expectations. We have raised our expectations for our students all across the state of Georgia. And we do believe that they can meet these expectations. We haven't raised them to a point that they can't get to. It's just harder than what they've had in the past. So you may have students in 9th grade and maybe a junior, and they may be doing some of the same stuff, because we really are doing some of the same stuff that they've been doing at Algebra 2 or Trig. We're doing it at a more basic level, and we're going to build on it in the future. But you may be seeing some of the same things with your different age students. And the part that's very unfortunate is that we have so many standards that we have to cover. We have a standardized test at the end of the year, so that means that we have to cover everything. We have to move at a fairly quick pace, especially if you're in an advanced class. I don't know, when some parents signed up, I don't know if they understood that the Advanced Math 1 is an accelerated course. It's an accelerated track. So if you have a child that's in advanced math, they're going to take in 3 years what everybody else is going to take in 4 years. So even in the regular Math 1 classes, though, we're having to move faster than any of us really like to move, because a lot of times we feel like, you know, they could really benefit for another couple of days, but we don't have that time because we don't want them to get on the EOCT and see things that they have never seen before in the classroom. So with this new curriculum, we have a lot of new challenges that we have not had in the past. It's very important that you understand that as parents and that you're there to support your students, because they definitely need the support.